What's up and welcome to Q256. It is that time where we get to give you your weekly roundup of news and events happening right here in the tech world. So it's time for Tech Select coming up. Hello, welcome back to Tech Select right here on the Q256 channel. If it is your first time here, subscribe, notification, you know the drill. It helps you, it helps me, good stuff for everybody. Now this week there's been a lot that has been happening, lots of crazy news coming in and lots of events happening in the tech world all over the world. Now, just to break them down for you, let's kick this off with TikTok. Popular social media platform TikTok is testing out a brand new feature which they're calling TikTok resumes. Are they called resumes? Okay, let's CVs. Yeah. So TikTok basically is creating a feature where you can submit your CV through TikTok. Imagine an HR company trying to recruit people for their company and they're going to TikTok, watching people dancing and wobbling all over them. Maybe if you're looking for maybe a video influencer or a comedy show, or if you're working for your, let's say, Chitone. I still don't see how this is going to work, especially in Uganda. But anyway, good thing is they're not testing it in Uganda. The testing is currently going on in the US of A, that is the United States of America. That's where the test is happening. So if it is viable and makes sense, then they shall roll out the feature to the rest of the world. I look forward to seeing somebody dropping their CV on TikTok saying, I am looking for a job while doing this. Now, TikTok resumes is going to work in a way that the creators or the job hunters or the person looking for the job will create a video on TikTok, and then that video will be, about 3 minutes long. Remember, I talked about the 3-minute video in this past episode of Tech Select about here. Now, that video will be sent to the recruiters who will watch and decide if you are hireable or not. We have been making a lot of noise about 12% increment. Well, this time round, for once in the news, we have a bit of a decrease. So the Electricity Regulatory Authority, which I'm going to start calling ERA, has finally squeezed and reviewed and approved the new electricity tariffs for 2021. Now, this here should not make a lot of bloom noise because, as we all know, our electricity rates in Uganda are a bit high. So hearing about a decrease should be good news for everybody. Now, ERA, which is the regulatory authority, the Electricity Regulatory Authority, is supposed to monitor and make sure that whatever rates are put out there are actually good for the people. Now, they keep doing these in subsequent reviews. I think they do them about twice a year, where they sit down with the generators and distributors of power and decide the new rate, and then that becomes the standard rate they'll use for that time period. Now, in this period, they have come and shocked us with a reduction of, wait for it, 2%. Like, they increased data taxes by 12 and reduced power by 2. Why not much and all be 12? Those are not my words. Vise. We fear drones. Anyway, so the 2% decrease in electricity prices will see you, a domestic user whose current tariff is about 750 Uganda shillings per unit, that's going to drop to 747. I don't really think that is much of a difference. It's still in 700s. Like, news of reduction should be like it was 1,000, now it is 500. Now that would be newsworthy. We all love WhatsApp statuses, and of course WhatsApp was not the first company or first app to implement these statuses. WhatsApp actually copied this from Snapchat, who I think the original people who made it. So WhatsApp copied it from Snapchat, and then Twitter copied it from WhatsApp. Hey, copy chain. Well, everybody was fighting to introduce this short video, a clip kind of stories onto their app. And when WhatsApp did the WhatsApp statuses, Twitter also, not so long ago, about 8 months ago, came up with what they termed as Twitter fleets. Now, Twitter fleets were more or less WhatsApp statuses for Twitter. It had people's top charts or short videos appearing at the top bar of Twitter, for 30 seconds, and then they would disappear after 24 hours. More or less like what we're used to with our WhatsApp statuses. Now, Twitter has found out that this whole arrangement and this whole feature does not make any sense anymore. And that is why they are scrapping it off the Twitter platform. So Twitter fleets are being removed off Twitter just 8 months since they were implemented. So that means it has really not worked for them. Now, this is not just an admission that the feature has not worked for them, but it's also proof that they are still trying to find a way to have a lot more engagement and a lot more people using Twitter and tweeting, and of course making sure that they have as many people retained on the platform. So that's why they keep coming up with all these crazy new features. Now, we talked about a new feature on Twitter in last week's Tech Select, and that should be up here in the video that is popping up right about right now. You can go and check that out and you get to know about that new feature that dropped. So, still talking about Twitter, Ugandans on Twitter, that is UOT hashtag, have got a new president. The new president of UOT or Ugandans on Twitter is the one and only Patrick Kanyomozi, picture right here. Now, Patrick Kanyomozi comes in as the third president of UOT or Ugandans on Twitter after AIGP Asen Kasinje, and before that was Fred Mwebya. Now, Patrick Kanyomozi's presidency shall run from this year all the way until 2023. Now, you like me must be asking, why do we really need a president on Twitter? Like, what is his role? Is he just there? Does he have benefits? Does he get a car? Does he give us money? Does he give us posho? Well, these are some of the roles of the president of the Ugandans on Twitter. Number one, his main role is to unite all Ugandans on Twitter. There's so many people that are on Twitter right now, ever since, Facebook got banned and you have to use VPN and yet. So many people are on Twitter right now. They've all done a digital migration to Twitter. So uniting them would be actually a very good force right there. And also, we need a bigger community for when the Nigerians or the Kenyans start attacking us on Twitter again, and we can fire back. 2, he's supposed to defend Ugandans on Twitter against bad policies. He's also supposed to guide Ugandans on how to make better use of, Twitter and get to develop themselves from social media. He's to be the voice of the voiceless, fight corruption, defend rights of the people on Twitter, and encourage innovation and support startups. I like this part because, for everybody that is doing a startup, you really need that push so that people get to know you're out there and people get to embrace your product. Tech Select is a news segment that drops every single week, so watch out for that. And of course, don't forget, we have reviews, we've got DIY, we've got a lot on this channel, so all this is a reason for you to hit the subscribe button. Well, thank you so much for watching Tech Select this week. Make sure that you're subscribed and hit the notification bell so that you are alerted the next time a new video drops. For now, I am out. Catch you in the next video. Cheers.